My brothers and sisters and my beloved confreres, a very hearty welcome to each one of you to the 6th Sunday of the liturgical year. A well-renowned film star gives me a shake hand, and I feel so good because this touch gives me honor. A nurse puts her hand over the fever-stricken forehead of a little child, and it does a world of good to this child because this touch heals. Parents, before the wedding of their son or daughter, make a sign of the cross on the forehead of their children, and this touch sanctifies. Yes, a touch can honor, heal, and sanctify. This is the case with human beings. If so, how much more great it will be when God touches. Yes, my brothers and sisters, we are continuing our journey with Mark the Evangelist through the wisdom of the gospel. Last Sunday, we enjoyed the lifestyle of Jesus, a lifestyle of prayer. It looks that the philosophy of Jesus is be a disciple first and then only an apostle. And the gospel of this Sunday brings home to us the consequence of the prayer life of Jesus, his apostolic activities through touching human beings, their hearts and their bodies. We are presented with that wonderful scenario of a leprosy patient getting healed by the compassionate touch of Jesus. The ancient Jews always believed any kind of skin diseases as leprosy. The book of Numbers, chapter 12, verses 10 to 15 would say, leprosy was even the consequence of the sinful lifestyle of a person. And today's first reading from the book of Leviticus would say, a leprosy patient should wear torn clothes. He should cry out, unclean, unclean, and he should keep himself away from the public sight. Yes, the life of a leprosy patient was so sad, so pathetic. It's in this context that we see one leprosy patient now coming forward to Jesus, rejecting all the Mosaic law, that he should not come to the public nearness. He comes to Jesus and makes that wonderful and famous statement, Lord, if you will, you can make me clean. There is a beautiful prayer therein. The leprosy patient is totally aware of the fact that Jesus is capable of healing him. But his prayer is this: you need to will, Lord, then only I can be healed. Seeking the will of God is prayer. Seeking my own will is the absence of prayer. What a wonderful way Mark the Evangelist presents this prayer concept before each one of us. Jesus hears the prayer of this man because he knows his own predicament. In the Garden of Gethsemane, Jesus himself seeks the will of the Father. Father, it is not my will, let your will be done. Do we seek God's will in our prayer? Now we see how Jesus becomes compassionate towards this leprosy patient. Forgetting all the rules and regulations laid down by the Mosaic law, Jesus now stretches out his hands towards this man and touches him and heals him. One of the most important aspects of most of the miracles of Jesus is that these miracles were the result of his touch. whether it is the dead body of the daughter of Jairus, whether it is a leprosy patient, whether it is a tax collector, whether it is a sinner woman, Jesus dared to touch. And that touch healed the humanity. That's why St. Paul in the letter to Titus in chapter 1 verse 15 would say, "For those pure in heart, nothing is impure." St. Chrysostom would say, Jesus did not become impure by touching the leprosy patient. Instead, he made the leprosy patient's impurity into purity. This is the beauty of the touch of Jesus. I'm so impressed by one statement made by Jesus after the miracle takes place. He tells, "Go to the priest and certify yourself as healed." Every extraordinary sending is ratified by a human ordinary sending. The philosophy of Jesus is that even though I interfere in your life, let the priest ratify your healing. He respects the human authority. There is an interesting thing to be taken note of in this healing of the leprosy patient. Jesus forbids him from proclaiming about this miracle. Why did Jesus do so? Commentators differ in their opinions. One argument would be like this: Jesus never wanted to be known to the public as a political leader. According to the Romans, the Messiah of the Jew would be a political leader, and naturally they would try to destroy him. It would harm the life of Jesus. Secondly, Jesus never wished to be known as a miracle worker or a magician. He knows what the will of his Father is. The will of his Father is that he should be a Sahana Dasan, a suffering servant, as Isaiah the prophet would foretell. Yes, my brothers and sisters, messianic ministry and mission of Jesus is fulfilled in and through his personality. Jesus is the one who wishes his Father's will to be fulfilled in the life of the humanity. His compassionate approach to the humanity is an expression of his will to save the humanity, but he never wishes to be popular in the sight of the public. Instead, he sought the will of his Father. He touches, he honors, he heals, and he sanctifies. Shall we touch each other? Amen.